So the one thing that I do during my debates, I want to make sure like people are actually sending me some legitimate evidence or some legitimate stats to back up what they say, because I can't just take what people say to heart, because if they say something that even the companies that they claim that they are protecting is saying something different, then you can't reassure like what they're saying is true, because it could be some complete farce that they are trying to pinpoint to you, which is why it's always good to fact check people and say, I need the facts and I need the pinpoints what you are using for your argument, because that argument I'm going to need to actually legitimize. But apparently to some people, actually looking at the research that they look at is a bad thing. So we're going to actually go to like some things that even some individuals say where it pertains to the PC ports or where pirating is actually killing business or not. Or some individuals that say they're going to rob you of your chain if you pirate or not. So let's go and get into the video, shall we? First things first, Acclaim did not shut down because of piracy. Acclaim shut down because they was going through some financial troubles, which we will read right here from the game developer, which has been published since 2010. And this is literally the one article that everybody pinpointed to say like, yeah, Acclaim was not shut down due to piracy. Acclaim, the shuttered classic game maker reborn in 2005 as an online game company, shut down the vast majority of its online games Thursday, according to the company's website. All Acclaim's client-based online games switched off on August 26. The company is offering reimbursement of Acclaim's virtual currency Acclaim coins, and specifically for players of the game non-Dragons, refunds on purchases made in the last 30 days. However, the game's Flash-based MMO Kogamu, which was in development prior to the company's acquisition, continues to live on Facebook under the Play Dumb name and music game Rock Free. Also, continues the shift at Acclaim comes at the social gaming company Play Dumb acquired Acclaim in May this year. Only about 2 months after that buy, Disney bought Play Dumb in a $763 million deal, including $200 million in target-based earnouts. Play Dumb CFO was unavailable for comment, while a PR rep for Disney Interactive Studios did not have a comment immediately available. Aside from non-Dragons, Acclaim also ran the online game Spellborn, Two Moons, and Bots, among others. Acclaim was founded in 1987 and published some of the most popular titles in gaming, including the first and second Burnout games, Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2, which I played in the arcade, and NBA Jam. But a long string of support games led the publisher to be associated with low-quality product, and sales showed it. The company closed its doors in 2004. The following year, former Activision executive Howard Marks bought the name for a reported $100,000 and relaunched the brand as a publisher of Translated Agents MMO in the West. Industry veteran David Perry partnered with Marks and was chief creative officer for Acclaim before he moved on to co-found the cloud-based gaming company Gaikai. So, that right there in itself proves that piracy was not the reason that Acclaim went out of business. It was some financial issues on top of games not performing well. Whether it had been on whether it had been on the PC, or whether it had been on any other platform that this game might have been on. This company was not shut down due to piracy. Now this is one article that I looked to see if, like, which game actually went down because of PC pirate, right? But the one thing that we seen from this article it's not because of the PC platform that this game was shut down. This game was a mobile game, and regardless of what people will say or not, you can still pirate games on your mobile phone. This has nothing to do with the PC platform. Remnant Piracy puts play to Battle Dungeon on iOS. Piracy is a prominent beast on Android. Sports Interactive, one of the clutch of developers who regularly speak out about it, but it is a somewhat less regular intrusion on iOS. One developer operating on Apple's ecosystem, however, has been forced to pull his game following unsustainable demand on the service created by players taking on pirated copies. Now, again, this is a mobile game, not a PC game. This game was exclusively for mobile, for phones. As detailed by Touch Arcade, Hunter Cow's strategy sim Battle Dungeons is now no more on iOS, with the developer citing piracy as the cause. Unfortunately, we have taken Battle Dungeon down for the foreseeable future, reads a statement published on the game's website. This was due to high levels of server load created by large numbers of pirated copies of the game. The high load revealed technical issues which we don't feel we can fix to the level that our paying customers deserve. To its credit, Hunter Cow is offering to refund customers who will purchase the app or paid for any in-app items. Indeed, its Battle Dungeon's very popularity that appears to have led to its downfall, with players unwilling to pay the $4.99 purchase price, bringing about this console. Bringing about its demise, I mean. I apologize. Now, was this a PC problem? No. This was mainly done on phones when this game came out. This wasn't the PC market found this game, now they want to pirate it and completely pirate it into oblivion. That's not what this was. Now, a lot of people don't see that piracy can be done with mobile phones and tablets. And also, there could also be piracy done on consoles, which there's been proven facts that people do pirate games on the consoles, not just the PC. The problem that a lot of people take piracy is that they take piracy as only a PC thing, and they want to aim all the problems that piracy happen on the PC platform, when even consoles have chances to have the games pirated. Now let's move on to the next one. The fact that Sony does not port their games to the PC platform because of the pirates. That's not true at all. The reason why Sony PlayStation does not port their games to the PC platform is because Jim Ryan himself said this. Jim Ryan said that he wants to focus mainly on the PS5 hardware, where he's more focused on selling PS5 units instead of porting to the PC, or he's going to wait 2 to 3 years to sell the games on the PC or port the games to the PC. And it's also another problem that a lot of people face, that the PC market does not buy games, in which right here, Sony admitted that they did, in fact, purchase games on the PC. PlayStation reveals PC sales for God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Days Gone sales. Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan is in a slideshow focused on PlayStation has revealed the sales for the PC versions of games that originally released on the PlayStation 4. Horizon Zero Dawn has sold 2,398,000 copies. 2,398,000 copies on the PC in about a year and a half, while God of War 2018 has sold 971,000 units on PC in just 2.5 months, and Days Gone has sold 852,000 units on PC in about 10 months. The figures are as of March 2022. Now, we are in 2024, so best believe that this number went up pertaining to the PC platform, whether it be Steam, whether it be Epic Games, or whether it be some other PC platform where you can purchase games. This whole piece, these companies do not make money off of the PC platform, is a farce. If even the Sony people, if even people over there at Sony admit that, yes, they do make money on the PC platform, if they say this, why is anyone trying to debunk what they say, what they get from their sales? Right here. Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC as of 2022, $60 million of revenue. Days Gone, $22.7 million of revenue. And God of War 2018, $26.2 million of revenue. Now, we are in 2024. Now, best believe that number has increased dramatically, where they sold more copies off the PC platform, and they was planning on making more ports to the PC platform, when Sony confirms that more PC ports are coming because it's making a ton of money. Now, does that mean it's going to be coming to the PlayStation platform or the PlayStation from the PC platform day one? No, because like I said before, PlayStation's main objective, what Jim Ryan said, was to focus mainly on the PS5 hardware, because right now they are sold 50 million units for the PS5. But apparently Spider-Man 2 only sold 6.8 million copies. If I was someone over there at Sony and I saw this number, like, we made all these consoles for you guys, but you guys can't even purchase the games, or you can't even get to half of that number. That number is it's not what we expected. We actually expected more from our fan base that says they want more PS5 games and they want more PS5s. I would be pissed off if I saw that number. Now, there's also speculation about piracy happening mainly in the United States, but there is a demographic of piracy that does happen in other countries as well. The United States is up there for one of the top 5 countries to do pirating. But what about South America? What about Japan? What about the European countries? What about China? What about any other countries out here that do pirate games? Now, people ask, why do people pirate games in the first place? Why can't they just buy the games? Because if they buy the games, then they can wholeheartedly have ownership of this game. Well, the answer was actually pretty simple. Not everybody makes the same amount of money as the average person here in the United States, like me and you. Like, let's take Brazil, for example. As a matter of fact, let's have a guy who sells games in the Brazil market. Let's have him tell you why Brazil is having a hard time actually purchasing games and why they pirate games the most. Take a look.
Piracy is generally an issue of economics. You either can't afford a game, so you pirate it, or you can't get the game because you don't have access to it. So let's take Brazil, for example. Brazilians in my chat, rise up. I love you guys. Brazil has a very big problem with piracy, but it's not because they're jerks. Brazil has a problem with piracy because economically it doesn't make sense to buy games in Brazil. They're usually dramatically expensive. So the way that I fixed this for Heartbound, we had a very large Brazilian population of people who liked the demo. They absolutely loved it, and they couldn't buy the game because it was too expensive. So I did this. See this right here? Heartbound is 60% off in Brazil. It's 20 BRL, and I will never change the price for the Brazilian people. At 60% off, it's only $4 out of a $10 game. By making this affordable for the people of Brazil and localizing the game into Brazilian Portuguese, it is 25% of our studio's income via game sales.
Now, imagine being a person in these third world countries where the average income that they make a month is 1,751 US dollars. In Brazil, that's 103,000 euros. In American dollars, once again, that's $1,751, where the economy in Brazil is still struggling dramatically to this day, where some people cannot afford games. They cannot afford consoles. They can't afford the copies of the games, and they cannot afford to put money aside because they don't have the money in order to put money aside to either purchase that console and purchase that game. So the average money that they make a month is $1,751. The average a year that they make is around $20,000 to $22,000. Now, ask yourself this: if they are having such economic problems in Brazil right now and they can't purchase the games, why can't these developers from the EAs, from the Microsoft, from the Sonys, why can't they at least try to decrease their numbers or decrease their sales for the European countries so they can get more people into their economy? Like, if the people who purchased the game for $70 find out that the people in Brazil purchased the game for at least $30 or at least $20 to try to fit their budget, then that would piss off the people in the United States saying like, yo, we want to pay $30 for this game. We don't want to pay $70, or in Sony's case, from what some of the rumors from the Insomniac leaks have said, they was going to be increasing it from $70 or $80 to $100 per copy. Why would anybody be okay with that plan? Because they are essentially making gaming a lot more expensive, where they're literally pushing people to pirate the games because it is in fact too expensive for certain people. Now, because a lot of people are not going to be paying $100 for a game each and every time they release one. That, especially when they got to think about food, they got to think about rent, they got to think about water, they got to think about their utilities, their bills, they got to think about all that, and not whether or not they're going to waste $100 on a game when they could have used that $100 to pay their bills. Now, a lot of people are not as profitable as other people here in the United States. This is where this whole demographic comes from, saying like, yeah, some of these games should not be $60 or $70. They should honestly be cheaper. If you want people to stop pirating your games, then stop raising the prices for them and saying it's going to be good for the consumers and it's going to help us increase our quality in our games. This is where the problem lies with people who live in third world countries who do want to play video games. Problem is, they don't have the money for it, so they grab a low-end PC and pirate the games. They are literally pushed to pirate games because of how excessive the prices are. How is that a win for the consumers if they continuously increase the price of the games and expect you to buy it regardless of what your financial situations are. Think about that. Now, there's also the topic where a lot of people have been saying, like, the developers, like a huge chunk of developers out here don't want their games pirated because they would lose money out of it, or they will be working for free even though they already got paid, whether they was from Indiegogos, whether it was from crowdfundings, they was getting paid to make this game. Because a lot of developers out here, mainly the big ones, the triple A ones, they get paid tremendous amount of money. The average amount of money here in Georgia that a game developer can make is $150,000. They are getting paid boatloads of money to make games a year. People would say that's not enough in today's time. You really going to tell me six figures is not enough in today's time, where people make an excessive amount of choices in how they use their money instead of thinking about it, economic wise, and they're just more about purchasing. People can make a huge living off of $150,000 a year, especially when it pertains to game development, where a lot of these people are being treated like royalty, where they got the hot tubs, they got the boba teas, they got the croissants, they got all that stuff in these game development companies. Now, the people who are indie, they do crowdfunds and they do Indiegogos to make the games. Or some of them do, in fact, make games off their own money. They just take it from their own time, and they do sell the games, whether it be for Steam or whether it be for Epic Games or any other publisher on the PC market. Now, there are developers out there that do not like pirates, but that's not for the reason why some of the games fail. Because there are developers that say it's okay to pirate games, especially if you're going through some financial troubles. Now, let me go ahead and show you two articles right here that show this. Developers tell people to pirate the games instead of using G2A. The key reseller is pissing devs off again. This is in 2019. G2A, the gray market purveyor of game keys, has once again drawn the ire of game developers less than keen for their games to feature on G2A's digital shelves. It's previously classed with Tiny Build and Gearbox, and a recent ad push has seen it condemned by more developers, with some even saying they'd rather play as torrent than buy from G2A. Publisher Mike Rose noted that a search for this games placed G2A's ad for them above the publisher's own link. We make zero money on our games if people buy them through ads, he said. He recommended people considering buying a game through GTA just pirate it instead. Others quickly followed, including Action Hack developer Squid Games and Vlambeer's Rami Ismail. It's not just the developers don't get the money you give G2A. They then had to provide extra customer support for people who end up with fake or deactivated keys. Other developers, including Mo7's Paul Kilduff Taylor and Stray Bombay's Czech Falezek, hope I'm saying that right, added to criticism of the key reseller. During the last big wave of criticism, G2A made a public commitment to improving, but it's not convinced developers. Nothing has changed, said Taylor. Now, this was in 2019. It's 2024 now. But let me show you a recent developer who literally made a game last year, and the game was severely popular among streamers, YouTubers, Twitchers. It's the developer of Slay the Princess, a game that I purchased off of Steam that I am going to be playing. The Slay the Princess dev says pirate the game before watching live streamers. This was published in January 2nd, 2024, so literally just last week. Any developer, Black Tabby Games, released Slay the Princess last year, a horror game with focus on story and quite a twist. The game has been very well received, and its premise and visuals have made it popular for less players live streaming to play it. Its developer wants as many people to play it for themselves, so much so they said pirates if you need to. Black Tabby Games said if you're interested in the game but can't afford it right now, pirate it instead of watching someone play it live while spoiling the story-heavy game. Since a lot of new folks are discovering Slay the Princess, the game is at its best if your first experience is playing it yourself instead of watching someone else play through. The developer said, Okay, so the developer has said, the developers naturally said the above while also noting that if you like the game, buy a copy later with your own money. While most story-focused games tend to be more linear, Slay the Princess puts a twist on things by having you relieve the horrors repeatedly with an ever-changing time loop. There's tons of reactivity baked into the game. Black Tabby Games said, while a single playthrough would take you 3 hours, there's 16 hours of story to find. You can only play for the first time once, and the experience won't be the same if you're looking through the lens of someone else's choices. So, you got developers here that say, if you are going through some finance problems, you can go ahead and pirate the game. There are developers who do know the situation that some people are going through. They know since in today's time, everything is getting more expensive. A lot of people are struggling to pay their bills. A lot of people are having problems even getting the games that they want, because video games have increased dramatically for the past 10 plus years. And people will say, oh, it's because the quality of games has gone up. Does that mean that the game had to be $70 each for each copy? Would it be from Microsoft? Would it be for PlayStation, Nintendo? Like, the one platform that you see some of these games out here that cost the less are Steam platforms, and people do buy those games on the Steam platforms. So, here's the question that I'm going to ask a lot of people right here. If some of these developers don't care if you pirate the game because they know you're going through some finance problems, why are you taking it upon yourself to say you are going to snatch people's chains for pirating the game when the developers themselves said, go ahead and pirate the game if you are having some finance problems? Or pirate the game if there is some shady business going on where they are not getting paid by ads, even though those ads said that they was going to pay them and promote the game. Answer yourself that. It's like people are trying to be a hero out here for certain developers, but really they're out here being shills for AAA game companies that can still profit off of pirated games. If people tend to believe that it's just like if you pirate a game from a AAA developer, or if you pirate a game from even an indie developer, because some indie developers don't care about if you pirate the game or not. If you're willing to purchase the game, but you can't because of financial issues, then pirating is right there up the alley if you want to enjoy the game. But because of a whole bunch of copyright laws, marketing laws, licensing laws, people are having trouble enjoying the game because they're going through financial issues. Now, why are you taking it upon yourself to say you're going to snatch someone's chains or inflict bonds on people if you pirate games? How are you going to say that how are you going to portray yourself as some sort of hero or some sort of holier-than-thou guy for these developers when the same developers that you are claiming to protect, they say, go ahead. There's also one thing that a lot of people have been saying in my previous video that I've been saying in my comment section, saying like, yo, if piracy is not a problem, then how come they don't port their games like GTA 6 or how come GTA 5 didn't import their games to the PC market at the same time as the console? Well, that answer is pretty easy. Optimization. Now, when people who think about optimization, they think about people who probably have the highest end PCs out here where they can have no problem running games at the console levels, right? Even though those said PCs are doing more than just running at 4K. There's people out here that truly believe that due to the fact that the PC market is a very open platform where you can customize your PC however you want. Not everybody is going to have the same frame rates. Not everybody is going to have the same refresh rate. Not everybody is going to have the same resolution. Not everybody is going to have the same anything, the same load speed, anything like that. People truly believe that because you have your own custom built PC, your PC is going to work just as well as any other console out here. Like, there are people who are still running games on the 20 series card and the 10 series card. And they are still running games on the PC market because most of those players don't actually care about AAA games because there's more than games than just the AAA games. Now, the AAA games do have the most popularity, and they do have the most, budget, and they do have the most money coming in, but that doesn't mean they're better. Just because these games are being made by AAA developers and they are putting forth a huge budget in order to make the game, that doesn't mean the game is going to be better. AAA does not mean better, because people who do play games on the PC market on Steam that are made by indie developers, and they say, yeah, this game right here was worthwhile, was worth the $30. It was worth $30, and now me having to pay $70 for the GTA 6, and it was not worth me paying $500 for a console, whether it be for the Xbox or the PlayStation. The optimization, pertaining to people who think that optimization it just goes one way. No, there are multiple people who have their own customizable PC. Everybody's PCs run different. Not everybody has the same SSD. Not everybody has the same HDD. I got a Ryzen 5 5600 in my PC right now. It's not gonna run fast as a Ryzen 7. I got something that was in my budget. That's what a lot of people do. They grab pieces that's affordable in their budget, or grab something later when they do got something that they can probably update their PC on. I'm planning on getting a Ryzen 7 later on this year. Doesn't mean I gotta get it now, but my games are still running 1080p, 60 plus FPS. I can still play these games at high-end resolution, Ultra HD. I don't need that 4K crap. It's overrated. Think about that real quick. Now, there was also one more thing. So we heard about the whole KingThrash thing. He's an S-class gamer. He's a real gamer. But let's go ahead and look through KingThrash's file. My gamer tag is right here, people. Again, I don't know why this has to do anything. I got 49,000 points that I've got. Nintendo era, because my first game console that I played on was Nintendo 64. Then I moved on to the GameCube. Hey, anybody who's on the GameCube, anybody remember Go Hypergrind? That was a fun game right there. But let's go ahead and look at KingThrash's PSN account and see which games that he has been playing where he's an S-class gamer or he has been completing, because you know the whole story, PlayStation guys, they all complete their games, so they all platinum their games, right? So Nobody Saves the World, 10 minutes, January 6th, 2 days ago. A PS4 game, 0 achievements. January 6th, 4 achievements. Wolong Fallen Dynasty, 18% completed. Disco Elysium, 0% completed. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 81 hours and 50 minutes. No achievements whatsoever. Wait a second. I thought PlayStation players play their games. Wait, this is a Modern Warfare 2 though. 81 hours, not 1 achievement. Are you for real right now? Moon Raider, Cocoon, Astro's Playroom, 12 out of 46. Sea of Stars, Power Wash Simulator, Grime, Demesia, Quantum Era, the same Quantum Era that the ponies have been capping for since the game was announced to be going gold because it wasn't coming to the Xbox. Then when the game came out, all of a sudden people didn't want to review bomb the bitch because of how bad it was. People still shield for the goddamn game. Alan Wake 2, Liza P, which I'm finna get the second ending. I'm working on it right now. Cyberpunk, Crisis Remastered. As a matter of fact, no. Let's look at God of War. God of War to see where he at right now. So, last time he played this game was December 5th, 2022. I thought you wait a second. Wait one goddamn minute here. I thought S-class gamers platinum their games. Or 100% their games. Let's see. God of War, 69 hours, 22 minutes. Last played December 4th. Only 46% complete. 52 hours in God of War Ragnarok. Only freaking 46% complete. God of War Ascension, 35% complete. God of War 3 Remastered, 27. God of War Ghost of Sparta, 54. Chains of Olympus, 52. 3, 50%. The God of War 1 from 2010, 11% complete. Did this guy even beat this game? Did he even beat this game? No, actually, matter of fact, let's go in and look at the perfection or the great game that was Spider-Man 2. Let's go ahead and check Spider-Man right here. From KingThrash's own trophy system. Spider-Man 2, 83% complete. Okay, so 31 hours. He's right up there. Spider-Man 1 remastered, 0% complete, 55 minutes. Miles Morales, 20 hours, 50 minutes, 33% complete. Spider-Man 1 from PS4, 29 hours, 24 minutes, 24% complete. The Amazing Spider-Man on the PS3, 11% complete. S-Class Gamer right here. S-Class Gamer. You want to talk about somebody else's gamer tag? This is his gamer tag. He doesn't even finish his games or complete his game. Actually, no. What's Bloodborne? Where is Bloodborne at? I want to see if he played Bloodborne. Yep, right here. Bloodborne. Bloodborne. Didn't even finish the game. 70% complete. 7% complete. 80 hours, 51 minutes. He didn't. Did he even get past? Wait, that doesn't add up at all. This doesn't add up one bit. He played 80 hours and he only got 6 trophies on the PS4. This game needs to be ported to PC. I might actually beat this game. This game needs to be ported to PC so I can beat this game. But guys, like I said, a lot of things that he said in that video, that stream we did, that little debate we did, I'm fact checking this dude right now. There's some things here he's wrong about, especially pertaining to PC gaming and pirating. The people in Brazil are pirating right now because they are going through financial issues, economic issues, where they are only making $20,000 to $22,000 a year, and they got to worry about rent, utilities, or any other payments they got to deal with, and food. But they don't have time, or they don't have the resources to purchase a console and then purchase the game. They don't have the kind of resources. But because they pirate, certain people are going to just go up to them and just snatch their chain. Because some certain person wants to be a savior for some reason. Guys, you guys saw, the evidence is right there. This guy doesn't even complete his games or even beat the games. But guys, that's all I got right here for this video, man. If you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I will see you on the next one. Peace.